Forget everything you thought you knew about Earth, because right in the heart of this blue planet, there are lands that seem born from another galaxy, places that defy the limits of human imagination and scientific explanation. Do you dare to step into strange abysses, landscapes sculpted by invisible hands over eons, places where science is silenced by mystery? These locations will shatter your perceptions and make you question if Earth is truly what we think it is. Prepare for a journey through undiscovered mysteries, where every scene is living proof of a magic that transcends logic. Are you ready to be amazed? Lake Kaindy, Kazakhstan. Nestled amidst the majestic Tian Shan Mountains of Kazakhstan lies Lake Kaindy, a geological masterpiece born from disaster as recently as 1911. Following a colossal limestone landslide triggered by the Kebun earthquake, a natural dam was formed, submerging an entire forest of ancient shrank spruce trees in its ice-cold waters. Today, it has become a surreal wonder. The astonishing fact is that after more than a century, the submerged tree trunks have not decayed. The lake's frigid alpine water, with a temperature that never exceeds 6 degrees Celsius even in summer, has acted as a natural embalming machine, perfectly preserving the wooden trunks below. But the real magic lies in the stark contrast. Above the water's surface, the dry, bare tops of the trees rise like the ghostly masts of a sunken fleet, creating an ethereal, almost haunting scene. Meanwhile, beneath the crystal-clear emerald-green water, a color derived from unique mineral deposits, another world is thriving. Foliage and algae cling to the wood, creating a lush, vibrant underwater forest that sways gently with the currents, a stunning contradiction to the lifeless appearance above. To reach this place, visitors must undertake a long journey to an altitude of over 1,800 meters. But the reward is a sight that defies reality, a forest frozen in time, where life and death coexist in a strange, beautiful, and silent harmony. Giant's Causeway, Ireland. In Northern Ireland, a path not meant for ordinary mortals juts into the tumultuous North Atlantic. The Giant's Causeway is a breathtaking collection of around 40,000 interlocking hexagonal basalt columns, fitting together with such geometric precision that they defy natural explanation. From a distance, they resemble an ancient architectural feat built by a lost civilization. But science offers an explanation rooted in fiery creation. About 60 million years ago, during the Paleocene epoch, a volcanic fissure eruption pushed molten lava towards the sea. Upon meeting the cold water, the lava's surface cooled rapidly and contracted, causing it to crack in a process known as columnar jointing, creating the near-perfect geometric shapes we see today. Yet science cannot extinguish the legend. The Irish tell a tale of the giant Fionn Mac Cumhal, who built the causeway to walk to Scotland and fight his arch-rival Benandonner. But upon realizing Benandonner was much larger, Fionn fled in terror. His clever wife, Una, disguised Fionn as a baby. When Benandonner arrived in Ireland and saw the enormous infant, he imagined how truly gigantic its father must be. Terrified, Benandonner rushed back to Scotland, destroying the causeway behind him so Fionn couldn't follow. Today, that story still echoes among the stone columns, a testament to how sometimes legend is more captivating than truth. Mount Roraima, South America. At the border of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, a natural fortress stands majestically against the sky. This is Mount Roraima, a flat-topped mountain, or tepui, rising over 2,800 meters above the rainforest below. It is a remnant of the Guyana Shield, one of the oldest geological formations on Earth, dating back 2 billion years. With a summit area of 31 square kilometers, Roraima is an island in the clouds, completely isolated from the outside world for millions of years. This isolation has turned it into a unique evolutionary laboratory, famously inspiring Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's novel, The Lost World. It is home to species found nowhere else on the planet, including several species of carnivorous pitcher plants, the endemic Roraima bush toad, and the small pemon frog, a species that cannot hop and can only roll. The black, wind-sculpted rocks on its summit, eroded by rain over millennia, have taken on bizarre shapes resembling the ruins of an ancient city. For the native Paimon people, Roraima is a sacred place, the house of the gods. They believe it is the stump of a mythical tree that once bore all the fruits and vegetables in the world. Defy, Namibia. In the heart of the Namib Desert lies a place where time has not just stopped, it has been petrified. Defy, meaning dead marsh, is a bleached white clay pan, offering a breathtaking, almost painterly contrast to the surrounding towering red sand dunes, the tallest in the world, some reaching over 300 meters. The red color comes from millions of years of iron oxidation, but the real highlight of this place is the skeletal, sun-scorched trees. About 900 years ago, this area was a lush oasis, fed by the Tsauchab River. But then, colossal sand dunes shifted, blocking the river and turning the oasis into a dead land. The scorching sun and the hyper-arid climate, with virtually no humidity, prevented the microorganisms responsible for decomposition from surviving. The camel thorn trees died, but they never fell. They stand there, blackened and gaunt, like cursed skeletons, their branches reaching towards the deep blue sky. The scene at Defy is both hauntingly eerie and strangely beautiful, a surrealist painting crafted by nature, a natural cemetery where trees that died centuries ago still stand to tell their story. Moaraki Boulders, New Zealand. On Kokohe Beach in New Zealand, giant, smooth, spherical stones are scattered about as if a race of giants had just finished a game of marbles. These are the Moaraki boulders, one of the most fascinating geological mysteries on the planet. Science calls them septarian concretions, which formed on the ancient seafloor 60 million years ago. The process began as calcite and other minerals accumulated around a central core of mud or fossil, growing layer by layer, similar to how a pearl forms in an oyster. Over millions of years, they were encased in mudstone, which has since been eroded by the ocean waves, revealing them on the shore. Some of the boulders have cracked open, revealing a network of calcite crystal veins inside that form a beautiful honeycomb-like pattern. But Maori legend tells a different story. They believe these are the eel baskets, water gourds, and food containers that washed ashore after the wreck of the legendary Are Turu canoe. For them, these are not just stones, but sacred relics of their ancestors, holding deep spiritual significance. Vulcan Point Island, the Philippines. When it comes to unique geological phenomena, few places are as mind-bendingly strange as Vulcan Point in the Philippines. It is an island within a lake, on an island, within a bigger lake, on another island. To be precise, it's a small island within the main crater lake of Taal Volcano. Taal Volcano itself is an island within the larger Taal Lake, which in turn is on the main Philippine island of Luzon. This island within a lake on an island within a lake on an island structure is a geological nested doll. What makes Vulcan Point stand out is its volcanic origin and the intense activity of the Taal volcano, one of the most active in the Philippines. Despite frequent eruptions over the centuries, including a major one in 2020 that temporarily drained the crater lake, the small Vulcan Point has remained resilient, becoming a potent symbol of nature's powerful life force, even in the harshest, most volatile conditions. Ice towers of Mount Erebus, Antarctica. Antarctica is the most hostile continent, yet its harshness hides incredible mysteries, most notably the ice towers of Mount Erebus. This active volcano, the southernmost active volcano on Earth, is home to unique ice fumaroles. As superheated volcanic gases, rich in chemicals, escape through cracks in the ice and snow, they meet the frigid Antarctic air, often below -50°C, instantly freezing and crystallizing. This process builds hollow ice pillars that can reach up to 18 meters high, constantly venting steam like mythical chimneys. These ice towers are not just a beautiful sight, they are crucial sites for scientific research. Within their warm, protected vents, scientists have discovered complex ecosystems of extremophiles, microorganisms capable of living in these extreme conditions. These organisms are key to astrobiology, helping humanity understand the potential for life to exist on other planets, such as Mars or the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn. Haukadalur Geothermal Field, Iceland. In Iceland, the land of fire and ice, the Haukadalur Geothermal Field is where the raw power of the Earth is on full display. This area features numerous hot springs, bubbling mud pots, and geysers, including the reliable Straker, which erupts every few minutes, shooting a column of boiling water tens of meters into the sky. What makes Haukadalur so special is the mystique of its geysers. The most famous among them is geyser, the first geyser ever described in print, and the origin of the word geyser used worldwide. Although geyser is now mostly dormant, its activity is erratic. It can lie dormant for years and then suddenly reawaken after earthquakes. No one can predict exactly when geyser will erupt again, making it a great scientific mystery. The ground itself is painted with the vibrant colors of sulfur, silica, and other minerals brought up from deep within the earth, a constant reminder of the molten world just beneath the surface. Dansha Landform, China. China, with its vast territory, boasts countless diverse natural landscapes, but one of the most bizarre and beautiful is the Dansha Landform, a region famous for its vibrant, multicolored mountain ranges that stretch like waves of fire. The most prominent example is at the Zhangye National Geopark in Gansu Province, nicknamed the Rainbow Mountains. This stunning palette is the result of a geological layer cake. Over 24 million years, different colored layers of sandstone and minerals were deposited. Then, intense tectonic plate activity buckled and lifted this layered rock, and millions of years of wind and rain erosion carved it into the dramatic shapes we see today. The result is a surreal landscape painted in shades of deep red, orange, yellow, and green. The hues of these mountains change throughout the day and with different weather conditions, creating an enchanting, ever-shifting spectacle. Mount Thor, Canada. Located on Baffin Island in Nunavut, Canada, within the remote Ayutuk National Park, the land that never melts, stands Mount Thor. This mountain breaks a world record, boasting the planet's tallest vertical drop, a sheer granite cliff face of nearly 1,250 meters. Although Mount Thor's summit is only about 1,675 meters above sea level, what makes it extraordinary is its western face, which rises like a giant concave wall from the valley below. The cliff even has a slight overhang, with an average angle of 105 degrees, making it seem as if it's defying gravity. For elite mountaineers and base jumpers, Mount Thor is not just a destination, but a true test of endurance and will. Its near-perfect verticality, combined with the severe Arctic weather and remote location, has made it one of the most difficult and dangerous climbing challenges in the world. The 12 Apostles, Australia. Along Australia's famous Great Ocean Road, massive limestone stacks known as the 12 Apostles stand like sentinels in the tumultuous Southern Ocean. Originally, these rock stacks were connected to the mainland cliffs. Over millions of years, the relentless erosive power of waves and wind attacked weaknesses in the soft limestone, first carving out caves, then eroding them into arches. Eventually, the arches collapsed, leaving only the isolated pillars standing today, some reaching 50 meters high. Interestingly, despite being named the 12 Apostles, there have never actually been 12 stacks. There were originally 9, but now only 8 remain after one collapsed dramatically in 2005. The continuous erosion means that these stacks are ephemeral in the grand scheme of geological time, a profound and visible lesson in impermanence and the unstoppable power of nature. The mystery of Bermeja Island, Mexico. A strange case in the annals of cartography is Bermeja Island, a mysterious ghost island off the coast of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. To this day, it is uncertain whether it ever truly existed. According to old Spanish maps from the 16th century, Bermeja was described as a small, reddish-colored island. For centuries, its existence was unquestioned. By the 20th century, Bermeja's existence became politically significant, as it would have greatly extended Mexico's maritime economic boundaries into an oil-rich area known as the Donut Hole. To solidify its claim, Mexico organized expeditions in the 1990s using modern technology but found no sign of the island. Theories range from a simple, repeated cartographic error to the island having been eroded and submerged. More extreme conspiracy theories suggest the island was intentionally destroyed to alter maritime rights. To this day, the mystery of Bermeja Island remains unsolved. Mount Kailash, Tibet. Among the mountains that have never been summited, Mount Kailash in Tibet is the most mysterious. Located in a remote region of western Tibet, Mount Kailash stands at about 6,600 meters. Though much lower than Himalayan giants like Everest, Kailash is distinguished by its unique, near-perfect pyramid-like shape and its profound spiritual significance. For followers of four religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bun, Mount Kailash is not just a mountain, but the spiritual center of the universe, the abode of deities like Lord Shiva. It is the source of four of Asia's most important rivers. No one has ever been granted a permit to climb to the summit. The reason is not its technical difficulty, but the profound reverence for the site. The Chinese government has banned all mountaineering activities, and pilgrims believe attempting to climb the summit is a grave act of sacrilege that will bring catastrophic consequences. It remains a powerful symbol that some places on Earth are meant to be revered from afar, not conquered.